I did a video not long ago about the NAR settlement, or the National Association of Realtors lawsuit settlement. I'm not going to regurgitate that information. You can go back and watch that video and see what I said there. But one of the things I said in that video was there is a huge list of things that buyers agents do for the buyers, and I think it's really important that you understand this because uh, since I made that other video, I've been reading and watching news reports about this settlement, and there seems to be this, I don't know, plethora of really bad information out there. Some people are saying, some of these reporters are saying that they believe that this is going to be the end of people needing a buyer's agent. And let me tell you, if that is what you believe, then I think you're going to miss the boat. And you're going to put yourself in jeopardy if you're looking for a house without an agent to help you through the process. So I've been going through different web articles and looking up information about what a buyer's agent does for you. And there are all kinds of support articles out there that can give you lots of details. The one I'm going to talk about today comes from NerdWallet. They have this article called "What a Buyer's Agent Does." So I'm going to go through that article with you. I hate to read something to you, but I'm going to read it because it is so good and it's so important for you to understand. So hang with me here. This is really good stuff, and I'll pause and add extra information in as we go. A buyer's agent guides you through the home buying process, from house hunting to closing. Among other things, a good buyer's agent will find homes for sale. A buyer's agent will help you understand the type of home you can afford in the current market. Find listed homes that match your needs and price range and help you narrow the options to the properties worth considering. Okay, I'm going to stop right there because we need to talk about that. All right. So if you're doing this alone, you may have an idea of what your price range is. You may have an idea of things you like about a particular house, but it is really hard, even with the help of an agent sometimes, to narrow your search down to homes that fit your needs both financially and physically. So I know this from my own experience. I've bought several homes over my lifetime, and sometimes I'm looking at 20 or 30 homes to try to narrow down to that one home that I can say, this one, this is it. And I will tell you, without the help of a good agent, it gets tough because as you go out and look at real estate, or you're searching these online real estate websites, it can be very easy to confuse one house with another, and they start kind of running together. So a good agent is going to help you sort through all those things. They're going to listen to what your needs are, and they're going to look at the bigger picture of how does this home fit into your overall needs. So that's something that you've got to keep in mind. Additionally, a buyer's agent will dig up additional information on any listings that you find. With access to the multiple listing service, agents can see more information than you can using real estate websites and apps. They know the area inside and out. If you're not local, a buyer's agent can provide you with the inside scoop on schools, neighborhoods, and more. Even if you're from the area, they can make known details about zoning and taxes that you don't. And let me stop there for a second and interject something. So some time ago, there was a client that was looking at real estate, and they really liked the house, they liked the location, uh, but their agent talked them out of it. They just uh, they knew something that this prospective buyer did not know, and that was the state was getting ready to start expanding the interstate near that house, and there was going to be an abundance of construction noise and dirt and grime and everything from this construction. And because the interstate was expanding so close to their house, they were going to be hearing a lot more traffic noise than what they had before. So that's one of the a buyer's agent's responsibilities is knowing what upcoming things and what upcoming changes are coming down the pike that could affect your happiness with a house. So let's read on some more things that a real estate agent can do for you, okay? They can set up tours. Scrolling through listing photos just isn't the same as viewing properties in person. Your agent will work with the home listing agent or owners if the property is for sale by owner to schedule showings. They'll also fill you in on anything they learned about the sellers or the property from that communication. So by default, all agents, at least in the state of North Carolina, and I'm sure it's true in other states as well, all agents work for the seller by default. So all agents have a responsibility to make sure that the seller gets all the pertinent information they need in order to sell their house to you. How that changes is when you go into a contract with a buyer's agent. So at that point, that agent works for you. So their responsibility is to gather as much information on the seller and the listing that they can, and any other pertinent information that might impact your decision to buy that property and give it to you. They have a fiduciary responsibility to you as the buyer instead of working for the seller. And I want to tell you something else too. They talked about viewing listing photos isn't the same as actually seeing the listing in person, and that is so true. I can't tell you how many times in all the houses I bought that I drove around and came up to these houses thinking, oh my goodness, I didn't see this in the listing photos, and it was either just a bad road to get to the house, maybe a too steep of a driveway. Maybe it was neighbors that didn't take good care of their homes or their yards. And that kind of stuff doesn't convey very well in a listing photo. So you really got to have that agent's experience. Hopefully, they're going to know that neighborhood before you ever go and look at it. And even if they don't, they may go and preview that home for you so they can give you some honest feedback on what you're about to get into or what you're about to see. So just understand there's more to it than just seeing listing photos, and you definitely want to have that agent working on your behalf. So they can help you make offers. After you found a home you want to buy, your agent will advise you on how much to offer and what contingencies to include in the contract based on the property and the analysis of the market. A good agent will explain the contract terms, answer your questions, and walk you through each step of the process. Okay, so that's a very important point as well. So they're going to help you negotiate a price. Maybe for this particular house, the seller is asking too much. Well, how are you supposed to know that, right? If you don't know the market, how do you know that? Maybe they're not asking enough for the house, and that's something you need to consider as well. Not that you want to pay more than you should, but you need to know what kind of competition you're going to have going into trying to negotiate to purchase the house. If they've underpriced the house, they may be setting you up for basically multiple offers to come in. You may have to go highest and best. They're going to try to create a feeding frenzy on that house. And again, a good agent is going to walk you through the contract terms and make sure you understand each step of the process. Each state has different laws in regards to how real estate contracts are drawn up, and your agent is an expert at explaining these terms to you and how they would impact you. They're going to help you negotiate with the seller. The agent will inform you of the seller's response to your offer and advise you on the next steps, such as whether to accept the seller's counteroffer or to negotiate on price and terms. They're going to refer you to other professionals. A buyer's agent can refer you to other professionals such as a real estate attorney, movers, The only pro you'll definitely want to find on your own is the home inspector, who you want to be sure is completely impartial. And that's a good point. But I still lean on my realtors to help me with a good home inspector. And I do my research and make sure they're not tied to that agent in any way. Last, a good buyer's agent will help you weather the weather the highs and the lows of the home buying process. In addition to being a major financial transaction, buying a home often gets pretty emotional. If you're feeling overwhelmed or exhausted, you can lean on your agent. If there's an issue with the sellers or negotiation becomes frustrating, your agent can help keep you calm and get the best possible outcome for you. So these are all things that a buyer's agent does for you. There's many other things that can be brought to the table in this regard. It's just something that you really need to understand. Those agents are there for you. They work on your behalf. They keep you from wasting a lot of time. They keep you from wasting a lot of money and excess energy. They're going to refer you to good people to help you through the process. And I just can't say enough about how important a good buyer's agent is to you. Listen, if you want to know more about this and why I feel so passionate about working with a good agent, feel free to contact me. My contact information is at the end of this video. I'd love to talk to you more about it. And let's help you get into the home of your dreams. God bless you, and I hope you have a great day.